Okay. We have a lot of tasks to do. Let's go over what we got. So we have the Ogre Matron to find in the Baragon Ice Caves. We have Galvino's hut near Durgan's Battery, who will hopefully help us find a way in. And then, of course, we need to find a way into Durgan's Battery. There was also the, must have been tasks, or maybe one of these. Yeah, he wanted the liquor, but I don't plan on stealing it for him. The Slave Hunter, yeah. Gotta put the Slave Hunter in the ground. And then, right, there was the Lost Hall that we can try and find. And I think that was everything. Oh, and the Pearl. Can't forget the Pearl. Gotta get them their nutrients so they don't lose their teeth.
Of course.
Before we go out, though, let's look at Taina's house, whoever this Mancha is, Fishery, the temple, that wagon, and Thyrsk's home. I think Thyrsk had a quest, one of the quest-related. He's one of the quest-related people we needed to talk to. Hello, Taina.
They gone? Have those nasty brutes finally left?
You talking about the ogres? Then yes.
I heard the ogres outside, tearing down walls and murdering folk. Don't remember how things got this bad.
I'm still iffy on that. Because as I understand it, they weren't always like this. The elderly woman needs her hands. Her knuckles are swollen knobs. Her palms are ridged with calluses that scrape and rasp as she rubs them together. Ouch. Sounds like you've had a... well, I was gonna say a long, hard life. Sounds like you do a blacksmithing or something.
But you're the new adventurer. Renengild's latest volunteer.
Yeah. I'll do what I can. Hopefully I don't get killed like the others. Or trapped in a blizzard then killed. She squints at you, leaning precariously forward on her wobbling legs.
A real spitfire, she told me. Bet you'd whip those layabouts at the mine into shape.
So you're a miner. Yeah, that would also explain the calluses. Not sure how she told you, though. Maybe she has a message. Since I literally just left her building after talking to her. Though, I suppose she could have mentioned me ahead of time. Just based off the story she told you, that they tell about me. Whatever those might be. I'd like to ask you about something.
Did you say something, dear?
You hard of hearing? Tell me about yourself.
Me? I was the overseer at the mine, back when it was running. Got shut down decades ago when we couldn't sell or ship the stuff.
Oh. Damn. So what does your village do to survive? Clearly not farm. No, wait. Yeah, I guess it's mostly just fishing. Which is why they're malnourished.
But I still remember plenty about the mining business. And I got as many folk as I can digging out the entrance.
Nice. You gonna need some help with that? She taps her head, a spotted dome under a thinning thatch of hair.
Been praying to the salty wench that I don't forget too much afore they finish the job.
I don't know who that is, but that's a great name for a god. The salty wench. Alright then.
Got to speak up? My hearing ain't what it was.
No problem, I'm just leaving. I'm a little surprised you don't want me to help you clear out that mine or something.
Me and Sledge are thinking about heading down, joining a caravan over to Donning.
Dawning? What for? You like your ogres bigger?
We'd have work at least, and I'm damn sick of fish.
Oh, this guy won't be happy to hear that. I'm not sure what the Dawning is, though. Maybe a mountain. Is it the Dawn Mountain Range? Oh, Fishmonger, you actually have a quest?
His eyes! It looked at me!
What? The fish?
Ah!
What? Dude. You've been out here too long. I'm gonna save. Dozen pairs of globular eyes stare up piteously from the discarded heads of the day's catch, awash in a pungent sea of fins and innards. Oh boy. Well, let's sift through the fish scraps. You run your hand up against something round and fleshy, the size of a melon. It is smooth and scaleless, and parts seem to be covered in hair. A discarded head, perhaps, but not that of a fish. Poke the head. Head shifts deeper into the barrel's slimy recesses. Ew, let's pull it out. Oh, is it a, I forget the name of the fish creatures. Kuatoa? With one hand on either side of the head, you begin to lift it out of the barrel, only to have it leap from your grasp as the head's owner springs over the lip of the barrel in an eruption of fish chunks that rain down over the market stall. Man, I don't know why you're hiding, but you must have a really good reason to put up with that. Zawa. One of those. The man who leapt from the barrel stands facing you, nearly naked save for a loincloth, and drizzled in fish viscera. Hey, buddy. Could you clean off? Maybe go take a shower, please? He's covered head to toe in scars, tears and punctures, and the thorny imprints of lashings. Ooh. Most are faded, like old memories. Despite that, the condition of the man's body is remarkable. Drooping skin at his flanks and elbows, the only evidence of his advanced age. His face is placid, but the rest of him appears prepared for anything.
You must forgive Zawa.
Zawa.
I was not expecting you.
Oh. It's Jameson Price again. Cool. He looks you in the eye first, but his gaze drifts now and then, settling on strange parts of your face as though distracted by new discoveries. If he is at all flustered, he gives no indication. You talk in the third person, huh? What were you doing in the barrel? Zawa scratches behind his ear, dismayed.
Resting my eyes, I thought. Waiting for the Malkachoa to bring me insight.
The Malkachoa? Not familiar, you'll have to forgive me.
It would seem I dozed. Good thing my master was not alive to see it.
He blinks, leaning in to get a better look at you. His enlarged pupils seem to crowd out his pale irises. You're human?
Are you real?
No. Lie? Yes. How is that a lie? Now that you ask, I'm not so sure. There's no way to be certain.
We shall let the matter rest for now, then. Until the Malkachoa wears off.
What is Malkachoa?
A small white mushroom.
Oh.
I have heard it called snowcap in these lands.
So you were literally tripping on shrooms then? Okay. Having a bad trip.
It can reveal the true nature of many things.
You said you had a master. The man traces your inadvertent glance at his scars. He smiles politely.
A teacher, not an owner. Zawa is a free man. Well, as free as any of us.
Oh, I would be lying if I said the thought didn't cross my mind. That you might be an escaped slave. I still don't understand why you were in the barrel, though.
I was freeing myself from vanity.
Were you now? Well, I suppose that would prove it, that you were lacking of vanity. I'm sure there's a less smelly way you could do so, but... Did he say sanity or vanity? Be nice, but also, yeah.
Consider, how can one be vain who is bathed in the smell of dead fish?
Oh, I get you. I agree. There's a proud glint in his eyes. Hard to argue with that. It helps to be this beautiful. Hard to argue with that.
I had the idea when I passed this way earlier. I am pleased with the results so far.
But why are you trying to shed your vanity? He smiles at a woman whose head is swiveled towards him as she passes by, a look of revulsion on her face. Distracted, her toe catches on a stone and she nearly falls on her face. He claps his hands together. Is your goal to make people trip when they pass you?
Yes, quite pleased.
Nice. Do you often smear yourself with fish?
Gods, no. What a way to travel the world.
Yeah, so you're not really crazy. Just doing a crazy thing.
The usual way is to smear yourself with the ashes of the dead. But they do not burn their dead here, so I have to make do with what the land provides.
It's actually a little surprising. I don't imagine it's easy to bury the dead in frozen soil.
The cold seems to conquer the smell. Even now, the scent hides itself. Disappointing.
Most people usually aren't disappointed by the scent of dead, rotting fish being masked, but hey. Those scars are from battle? He glances down at his body.
From battle, yes. I left them upon my enemies.
You left those scars that are on your body upon your enemies. Fair enough. He points at various patches of crisscrossing scars.
These were struck against fear. These against
Oh.
pleasure. These against hatred. Those down there against greed and doubt. And these...
You're a monk. A self-flagellating monk.
These were for vanity.
Huh. Okay. My original guess was going to be barbarian, since you were naked and, covered in fish, and scars, but you made those scars?
I cannot take credit for all of them, but I did most of the good ones. I put them there in battle to remind myself what is real and what is not.
Was the monk a class in this game again? I actually don't remember.
Our worst enemies are inventions of the mind, pleasure, fear.
Maybe a cleric,
When we
actually.
see them for what they are, we become unstoppable.
And you've achieved this?
I feel I have been close, but never for more than an instant.
I guess it's the eternal struggle of a priest, a monk, whatever you are.
In the moment when the
Cleric.
pain is sharpest, the world becomes clear. In that moment, I am a match for anyone.
He gives a slow, assured nod. Your wounds must have caused you to suffer greatly.
Of course, I am fortunate to have suffered so much. If I did not suffer, I would not aspire to free myself from it.
I guess, in a sense, maybe?
I would wander from one unfulfilling goal to the next. More wealth, a better station. My soul would wither.
I don't know. Well, to each their own.
But to search for a place beyond suffering's reach is to nurture the soul, to harden it against the elements.
He clenches his fists in illustration.
Suffering is the greatest gift the gods have given us, their most beautiful, perfect creation. It is the hand that turns the wheel.
That last line there is kind of poetic, but, yeah. Not sure I would agree that is the greatest gift, quote unquote, that they've given us. Or that's their most beautiful, perfect creation, but, well, it's definitely something they've given the world. You don't seem like you're from around here.
I was visiting a monastery not far from here. I found it empty, but I met a messenger as I left.
Oh?
He carried a call for aid.
Ah.
Seeing that he would find no monks at the monastery, I chose to go in their place. Zawa is no longer young, but in combat he is still the greatest of the Takan people. It seemed only right that he should go.
Not really familiar with the Takan people. But fair enough. Stalwart hired me as well.
I would not say I am hired. I seek no wage, and I promise no result.
Hey, fair enough. It does mean you don't get paid, though. But I don't imagine that's a problem for you.
I have chosen a path, and my spoils come from walking it.
Fair enough. You trust that good will come your way, or at least enough to satisfy you. An uneasy frown settles on his face, almost a wince.
And this fortress, this Durgan's battery, its people are gone.
Or at least so they say.
Zawa would know why.
So, you're looking to come with? You seek the White Forge as well. I could use the help of an experienced warrior. I'm kind of curious what class you are. Zawa's face tilts upward, his eyes fixing on the sky. He remains emotionless, entranced. At length, he blinks as if awakening and looks back at you. He shrugs cheerily.
If one wishes to swim, it is no time to argue with the current.
In other words, don't fight where destiny's taking you. In other words, you're gonna come with?
We are here together in this moment because a perfect force has willed it. Who is Zawa to argue?
He looks you squarely in the eyes, and for once, they do not drift.
I will walk with you so long as the gods wish it so.
Alrighty then. We'll be on our way, pending me finding what your class is and whether you have a spot in my party. He is, in fact, a monk. Okay, so that was a class. I could try replacing the Grieving Mother for now. Again. Could also replace Kana. He's nice. His summons have saved me a number of times. But, would I get more value out of having the Grieving Mother or him? Also, who would rather see these ancient ruins? The ever-curious Kana or the Grieving Mother?
Safe travels.
Your will, Watcher.
Alright, we'll replace Kana with Zawa for now, until we find out whether we want to keep him permanently. Though, since he's specifically involved with this expansion, it might be worth it to keep him at least as far as that. Alright, Zawa. What do you got? Man. These really are bad scars. Hold off on the skills until we learn more about him. Lesser wounds and mortification of the soul. Lowers the monk's wound threshold, allowing him to, or her to gain wounds at a faster rate. Wait. But why? The monk immediately inflicts enough raw damage on himself or him or herself to gain a wound. Why? Oh, jeez. Oh. I'll assume that's a good thing. And give him mortification of the soul. Then he gets Harris's monk abilities. Swift strikes. So to use it requires a wound. Okay. The monk's hands become a frenzied blur of attacks, increasing their attack rate for a brief period. It's Flurry of Fists, probably. Basically. 25% attack speed for 10 seconds. Is that passive? No. This one is, though. The monk is able to channel physical pain into pure energy and redirect it at his or her attackers. While the monk has wounds, he or she adds a proportional fire bonus to melee damage. Okay. Plus 5% per wound. Okay, plus 5% damage. Long stride. Intense practice and years of study enable the monk to move with confident fluidity in battle. During combat, the monk's movement rate is significantly increased. That's actually kind of appreciated too, but not a priority. Force of Anguish. Powerful attack that knocks the target back a significant distance. If the attack is successful, target bumps others out of the way and bounces off hard surfaces like walls before ending up prone. Requires 2 wounds. I'm kind of curious whether this uses up the wounds or not. 7-meter push. Wow, that's a pretty big one. And if successful, then prone for 10 seconds. I don't know if that's a separate check. Or maybe they have different DCs. No, that's not how this game works. And then 15 to 21 crush damage. Well, let's get him the swift strikes for now, I guess. Now, so we have the wound threshold still. Lightning strikes energizes the monk's swift strikes. Oh, nice. Causing anyone hit by the attack to take additional shock damage. Plus 25% damage. Very nice. So more attacks that are stronger. Yeah, let's give it to you. And then, okay, now turning wheel is the one we saw before. Same with long stride and force of anguish. Stunning blow. A head targeting strike designed to disrupt enemies' ability to react. Enemies hit by a successful attack are stunned. For how long? 3 seconds? Twice per encounter, so that's nice. That is per encounter, not per rest. Full attack. So he'll use 2 fists then. So yeah, 12 to 18 plus 12 to 18. Yeah, okay. Clarity of agony. Through the pain, the monk is able to cleanse his or her body, reducing the duration of incoming and existing hostile effects by half. Twice per rest. Doesn't last very long, though. Soul Mirror calls upon the power of the monk's psyche, reflecting half of ranged missiles, targeting the monk back to their point of origin. Only attacks resulting in a miss have a chance to be reflected back. It is nice that it's passive ability. For now, though, I think either Stunning Blow, Force of Anguish. Do these have different accuracies? No. Or the Turning Wheel. This gets stronger, means he gets stronger as he gets wounds. Let's go with the Turning Wheel. More levels. You got a few more levels. All right. We'll take the lesser wounds now. And you get at least 1 more level, right? Just in case, no. Let's get you your stealth. And athletics, no. We'll go survival. So his actual survival will be at, rank 6. We'll get you to 7. Get you increased damage reduction. Might I want to get you to receive healing multiplier. few new ones. The Long Pain. Requires 2 wounds. Summon weapon Long Pain Fists for 30 seconds. The monk becomes capable of projecting force from his or her fists, inflicting damage at long range. It seems to work as long as you have 2 wounds. Maybe. I mean, so okay. It just becomes a projectile weapon then. With his fists, that's actually kind of cool. And kind of nice that he gets to attack from range, I suppose. Rooting Pain generates a shockwave around the monk each time he or she gains a wound, inflicting a small amount of damage to and possibly causing an interrupt on all enemies in the area of effect. 1.25 meters. It's passive. 12 to 18 crush damage. Hey. That actually kind of seems worth it. Duality of Immortal Presence. Gains 2 modal abilities that allow him or her to switch between a bonus to deflection and a bonus to all other defenses. I mean, it's only +8 bonus to deflection, or to all other defenses. So an 8% reduction in chance to hit. Or Crucible of Suffering. Bonus Fortitude, Reflex, and Will. +10. It's passive, but it only lasts for 20 seconds. That makes no sense. Oh, whenever a hostile effect expires. I hope you have a lot of HP, buddy. Truly. I'm thinking Rooting Pain. Long Pain is tempting too, but Rooting Pain is the better of the two. Alright. No new ones here. We could grant him Weapon Focused Peasant, give him a bonus to his unarmed attacks, accuracy-wise. Not sure that +6 accuracy is really worth it, though. I wonder if unarmed counts as 2 weapon style. Probably. Yeah. 20% dual wield attack speed. That's too good. And one last level. Let's get you... What is the multiplier? It's probably not much. This is only 1 damage reduction per. Let's keep you at 7 for now. Okay, monk ability. Doesn't look like you have any new ones. Maybe you have enervating blows. By targeting certain points on an enemy, the monk is able to inflict physical weakness. Melee critical hits cause the target to become weakened for 15 seconds. No save. Might Con, reduced by 2. Movement reduced by 1. Fortitude and Will reduced by 20. You know, that's kind of nice if you hit crits often. If not, it's kind of a waste of an ability. This one is kind of nice. It's twice per encounter, and it doesn't require wounds, which is nice. It only stuns for 3 seconds, though, which is less nice, but enough to interrupt what they're doing. And they get it gets 2 attacks per, so 2 chances to hit and stun them. Oh, and the Long Pain Fist's range was 12 meters. That's pretty far, too. It's pretty nice. I kind of want to get that, but I think first I would rather get, where is it? Stunning Blows. 9th level monk. He's a Savannah folk. It Axamital Plains. He's a philosopher. Definitely got that sense. How close is everyone to, we are pretty close to level 10. Wonder where the max is for this game. He's got 17 might, good, 17 con. A lot of health, a lot of endurance. How's that compared to Edir? Pretty close to Edir. Yeah. Fantastic. 13 dex. 9 plus 9% action speed. Not very good deflection. Con or will. Doesn't need intelligence. Really low perception, which is unfortunate too. That would be especially nice for him to have. I suppose con and might are his most important stats, though. Equipment-wise, he has a monk outfit. Very light. Only a minus 15% recovery speed. I feel like we gotta have something better for him than that. You can switch to weapons, too. But there's gotta be special benefits to him remaining unarmed as a monk. Well, I suppose his monk abilities, rely on it. Armor-wise, though... You see, this would up his damage reduction by a lot. And only reduces recovery speed by 30 instead of 15%. Alternatively, the Blythe Golan prevent him from being stunned and getting knocked down. That'd be kind of nice. Or the cultist robes, the blood-blessed skein cultist robes. Same tier of armor, just much better recovery or damage reduction. Let's use that as our benchmark for him then. He looks so silly. Oh, man. Oh, so here's one of his abilities that he started with. Fighting Spirit. Requires endurance below 50%. And he gains +7 accuracy and +15% damage for 20 seconds after his endurance crosses that threshold. All folk with an indomitable spirit that rises to the challenge when things look grim. Whenever a folk is below 15% endurance, they gain a bonus to accuracy and damage. Oh, is this for being a savannah folk? Oh, well, so it synergizes well with him. All right, moving on. We'll figure out how his mechanics work later. I'm guessing this ticks up at every...
As you wish.
So much, damage he takes. Hopefully he can be healed and does not cause the wound counter to go down.
We should check the barrels for more crazy monks.
Yeah, who knows? Maybe we'll find, I don't know, his master in one of them. Nothing but fish here and a worker. But yeah, we'll figure out his mechanics as we enter combat. Oh, another special event. I'll find it without your help. Not giving up, you hear me? What? What are you trying to find? Charlatans. Is there a problem, Okrun? A dwarf paces with his head down and his arms crossed, only stopping to hurl glances at the building behind him. His face is smeared dark with grime, and soot falls from his beard as he mumbles to himself. That means, I don't know, mine worker or maybe chimney sweep, I don't know. A dwarf paces with his head, Work my hands into bloody stumps in this place, and for what? He kicks at a mound of dirty snow. What happened? You let go? Start with nothing, leave with a less. He extends his arms out. Sorry for your loss. Oh, who are you yelling at? At idiots, that's who. And I'm as much to blame for believing them. The dwarf wrinkles his nose, nostrils flaring like a horse. Yeah, I'm gonna need more context. What happened? Well, good riddance. Should have never settled here in the first place. Some things you mean to leave behind. Come to find out you packed them anyway. But I'm not leaving until I've recovered what's mine. They can't deny me again, not after this. Okrun gestures at the burnt-out buildings. And what is yours? Those sweet-tongued priests took my heirlooms. Bury the memory of my past, they said. Now I don't even have that. I take it you gave something of yours to one of Andra's gift-bearers. Okrun takes his gaze away from the ground and gives you a sideways glance. You're quick. Wish I had had those wits when they spoke of peace and redemption in the eyes of the goddess. But, well, clearly that didn't come. Those priests, Ondra's dogs, said the goddess would forgive, that some things are best left to be forgotten. He nods towards the nearby temple. Their leader, Lofta, I believed her words. Another one of them, a gift-bearer, took my medallion. He closes his stocky hand into a fist. And now they won't tell me where it is. Yeah, I'm not sure if those Andra's people give gifts back. Your problem is that you give meaning to meaningless objects. Here, let me show you something. I need one of your rings. Please don't do what I think you're gonna do, buddy. Okrun draws back his hand, but Zawa gives him a trustworthy nod. After a moment's hesitation, Okrun relents, dropping a jeweled band into Zawa's outstretched palm. Immediately, Zawa flings it into the lake. Damn it, I knew it. I'm so sorry, dude. I will cover the cost. See, you are no worse off. Okrun's face, already splotched with pink from the cold, turns a deep shade of crimson, and his mouth puckers as though his head was set to implode. After a tense moment, his breathing slows and his fists unclench, his original look of pained frustration returning. Oh, Zawa, that could have gone so much worse. Why won't they tell you? Because they think they know better, that's why. Said it was the only way I'd forget. Forget what? What do they want you to forget? That was a different life. Better days. Until... He closes his eyes and shakes his head. Motes of soot fall onto his hunched shoulders. It's my burden to bear, not yours. I thought to cast it away, but the memories I lost were all the wrong ones. That sounds like a monkey's paw. What else did you give the priests? The dwarf casts a measuring look at you. He quickly turns his head away and nods. You would understand its value. My armor, set finer than I've ever seen, but worthless to an old dwarf. I'd have traded it for the medallion, but fool that I was, gave them both. Damn. And what else did you give? Oh, no, I guess that. Respond better to attack than to raids. It probably actually won't. Maybe there's something I can do. Not the kind of talk that I've grown used to these last few years, I admit. The priests may pretend otherwise, but folks here tend to look only after themselves. I'd be surprised if they return it willingly. They believe it's a sacred duty to cast the offerings to the goddess in some place where they'll be forgotten. Better to find where they drop them, I think. And what's Alofta's role in all this? She leads that group of crows. They took over the temple as folks started to leave. Came to unburden those that sought to forget their misery here, they say. Tell me about this medallion you want to recover. It belonged to my sister. It was just a pretty trinket to her. To me. The dwarf casts his gaze down. Oof. Your last your only memento of her. She was the last of my family. At least that still acted like family to me. Man, I'm surprised younger of you was willing to give it up. I don't expect luck to grace me now, but if you find anything, I'll be here. Count on it. He gives you a vigorous nod. Well, sure. Well, I don't want to get into that quest immediately. There's actually a couple of people here to talk to as well. Perhaps if I adjust this like so. What are you doing there, Ista?
Oh, it's working! Yes! I can't believe it! It's really... Oh.
Aw, what? The dwarven woman looks at you, a disappointed expression on her face. In her hands is a large rectangular box covered in strange dials and symbols. What's working? I get that reaction a lot.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to be so rude. I'm Ista. I heard we have you to thank for clearing out the ogres. I'm glad Stalwart survived. It would have been a disappointing trip up here otherwise.
That is a reason to be happy that this village wasn't wiped off the map by ogres. And what was this device that was working, that you're holding?
My ore locating divination tool. Well, that's what it will be. I have to calibrate it. Right now it seems to think you're a copper deposit.
I mean, how do you know I'm not? We have been waxing philosophical with our new addition to the party.
My Animancer contacts did suggest that a particular strong soul essence might interfere. I'm more interested in minerals in any case.
So it's a device, currently a device that detects strong souls. That's kind of cool. Maybe I do have a strong soul.
I suppose that's possible. It's not exactly what I'm looking for, unfortunately.
Fair enough, fair enough. Still, it's an amazing device. What are you looking for exactly?
I'm trying to recreate the instruments that first led the Pargrin dwarves to this mountain.
Oh.
This is my latest prototype.
And have you tested it on actual... Do you have actual ore to test it on?
Centuries ago, dwarves carrying tools just like this one followed their readings to what is now the battery. If I can recreate their work, then I may be able to find ore deposits elsewhere.
That would be incredibly valuable.
I was hoping to test it, but my arrival was delayed by word of the ogre attack. I haven't been able to find anyone to venture up the mountain since.
Oh yeah, I could be a scientist. That'd be fun. I could go up the mountain for you.
Really? That'd be wonderful. I just have to adjust the device, you see.
I mean, I'm going up the mountain anyways, you see. So it's really no problem.
It should point you toward metal deposits. We already know the battery rests on some rich veins, but I was hoping to get a reading of the surrounding mountainside. If you can follow the readings to ore and bring back a sample, I can use it to refine the device.
Sure thing. Granted, if I follow the readings, it'll just lead me in a circle, because it will lead me to me.
Thanks ever so much for this.
Won't even mean a circle, it'll just say, here, wherever I am. Yeah, I'll help you out, Ista. Worry not.
Huh, that's what I get for asking directions in the middle of nowhere.
Manaha?
Say, I don't suppose you've seen any mysterious old buildings in the mountains lately, have you?
You look like an orc, maybe? But also, no, not yet. Oh, no, she's an Almawa. She wears an assortment of bangles, bands, cuffs, and chains as thick as armor. She watches you with a raised eyebrow, eyes gleaming with mirth. You mean Durgan's Battery?
No, but I've heard that name a lot around here.
It's kind of a big deal. I think it's the main reason people come here.
I'm looking for the Abbey of the Fallen Moon. It's an obscure temple dedicated to Andra.
This abbey? Why are you looking for the abbey?
I'm a gift bearer. My job is to gather tokens of things people want forgotten and surrender them to the Lady of Lament.
Oh, you're a follower of Andra. Oh, and a gift bearer. You know, the guy that was right down there has some problems with you guys. So are you a cleric then, like Durance? My first guess when I saw you was maybe barbarian, but that was partially because I thought you were an orc.
Best place to do that is the Abbey of the Fallen Moon.
Is this the one that, well, our current monk said the people were looking in that was empty? What kind of tokens do you take?
Anything that represents a moment or a memory someone wishes to leave behind. Well, love notes, awkward family heirlooms, bad poetry, the kinds of things you want to forget.
Yeah. I see.
I might be here a while. Half the villagers have never heard of the Abbey, and the ones that have, no one knows where it is.
That is a problem.
So I'm trying to think of this as an extended holiday in a remote mining village that smells like fish.
A good holiday location, I suppose. Depending on where you're used to. I've got business in the region. We could travel together.
You won't regret it. I've got a lovely singing voice.
Oh. She is a barbarian. Oh. Cool. Perhaps I should replace the grieving mother now, too. It does make the most sense to have, these characters who we found in this region while we're in this region after all. We'll level her up,
What is it?
next time. We're about to end this, just doing a quick check for more people out in the open. Outhouse villagers. All right, and then that house and this cart, plus the abbey. All right. Next time, we will check out these last 3 locations, level her up, and head off into the Great White Yonder.